What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna be doing a vision board. As you can see, it is already 2025. So we literally have not posted in like
since last year.
Yes, technically since last year. It's been over a week. So
yeah, so first of all, Merry Christmas to all of you and Happy New Year. I hope you had the best time with your family, your loved ones, whoever you spent it with. We hope you had a great time. And we sure did, which is why the videos lag. Us living far away, not far away, but not near our family, makes us just want to be there in the moment with our family. And we tried to record, but we decided to put our priorities to our family, and Vlogmas had to end early. But I hope you all enjoyed it because we really did try our best, and like moving forward, now we know like how to execute it better next December. But yeah, it's the new year and we hope you set new intentions, new goals. It's a new year, new you, beautiful mindset.
yeah, so literally, even if you have not started, today is technically the 6th, so it's almost a week after the new year started, but that doesn't mean you can't start now. So.
Yeah, and it's the first Monday of the year, so it's like a brand fresh new start. So yeah, got colored paper. And then I got this book from Amazon where it has like lots of cute pictures. I was telling him though, it's really girlish.
Literally, look, it's literally, there's a flower thing in here. It literally, the first page is like all pink and it's literally all girls, and then the back is all pink and same pink. But I was kind of looking through it and there's gonna be some stuff that I could probably use. So hopefully that should be all good. But we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Don't mind me and my glasses, because my glasses broke. Okay, so I went to the eye doctor. I don't know how you say it in English, but I went to the Optica and I ordered new glasses, and they're like, it's gonna be ready within a week. Tell me why my glasses break 2 days before we're leaving to come back up. And I'm like, bro. And we told them like, can you like fast it? And I mean, they had
expedited.
Yeah, they have. And they had the 31st and the 1st closed. So it's like, that's already 2 days off the week. So it was already gonna push it back. And then we told them the story. They're like, well, we can get it for you by Saturday. But I was already gonna be gone.
But literally they're ready for her, but obviously she's not back home, so she can't get them. So it's gotta get them somehow.
I honestly wanted colored paper because of the pink. I didn't care about anything else. We also have scissors, glue, and like some markers and pencils here because I'm gonna, if I don't find like what I'm looking for there, I'm gonna handwrite or draw whatever I need to. So as we do these vision boards, okay, so ignore my glasses. That's why it doesn't have a thing, but I'm literally blind and I cannot see. Like I've been struggling for the last 2 days. But as we do these vision boards, we're gonna be reflecting well, at least for me, I'm gonna put myself in the mindset where I'm gonna reflect on the past and see how like I can be a better person. Not just for myself, but for everyone around me, like my parents, like him, family, friends, or whatever.
Yeah, and even like just reflecting on the year that we had, because we've had a lot of things that we've done in 2024 that obviously like we want to continue to do things in 2025, but also add new things that we can try or whatever it may be. For those of you that don't know what a vision board is, in case you've never done one, basically you just cut stuff that you want to see like in your year, pretty much like something that'll symbolize something to you, and you literally just put it on a piece of paper, and at the end you're just gonna have a lot of things that kind of reflect on the year that you kind of want to have, if that makes sense.
The first picture I got is passports. So I think 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I got my passport for the first time because we were gonna go out of the country and we went to Europe.
Interruption on the phone.
Okay, if it's a different angle, we look different. We just had a special delivery. Shout out Ashley and Jess. They're his cousins. They brought us the rosca for the Reyes. So we better not get the monito because then we have to make tamales. But shout out to you guys for bringing us some. They had they had some at their place, but we couldn't go, so.
Yeah, but now that gives us something to do at the end of the video. If you want to see if we get the little monito, baby Jesus, stay tuned and see if we get it. Okay, so like she mentioned, we're gonna get started now for real. Literally, I'm just gonna start doing everything at a time. That way, it makes it easier, and I don't have to have all these papers because she's just ripping stuff, and I feel like that takes a while. I saw a couple here things that I liked. So, just go ahead and start cutting.
Okay, if you, if it's a different angle, we look different. We just had a special delivery. Shout out Ashley and Jess. They're his cousins. They brought us the rosca for the Reyes. So we better not get the monito because then we have to make tamales. But shout out to you guys for bringing us some. They had
Just go ahead and start cutting. So one of the first things that I cut here, it's like 2 people. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's basically 2 people and they're by a waterfall. So the whole point of this is basically we've been able to travel quite a bit, but honestly I want to, you know, continue to travel this year and do different things, even like there's an actual waterfall with like little, like the tire things, ¿cómo se llaman?
What type of thing? Oh, tubing.
Like tubing, like little tubes, whatever they're called, but it doesn't look like they're tubing. But obviously, you know, something cool, something different that we can try. We have been wanting to go tubing here in Phoenix, but the problem is last time we went, it was literally such a bad timing. It was when it was ridiculously hot, and literally it was like you couldn't even step on the floor or you were gonna burn yourself. But definitely something I want to do, continue to travel. I feel like that's on everyone's bucket list, because if it's not, then what are you doing? And then another question, do you put these like a certain way or you just kind of throw them on there?
However you want. You can make it as aesthetic as you want.
I feel like this picture is honestly takes up a lot of the space. So something I'm gonna do is probably just cut like any like additional stuff that doesn't need to be on there. Makes it a little easier and save some space, because I really don't know how much things I'm gonna end up adding on there. Okay, second thing I have is literally just some letters that say good things take time. Because at the end of the day, you have a whole year to do things. That doesn't mean literally take your time, but you know, with time, over time, you will be able to do things. And I just think being patient and just trusting the process, as cliche as it sounds, like if you try to rush things, it's not gonna go as you plan to. So it's better to take your time and really, you know, dedicate your time to something rather than trying to rush things. And she's just continuing to rip things, which honestly, it'll make it really difficult because these things have like 10 pictures. So if she's cutting them and she's keeping them over there, I can't really see them until she's done with them.
You're gonna see them. Breathe, man. Wake up in the morning feeling like
Bro, she literally cut like 12 papers. She cut half the magazine.
a lot of them have really good captions that I like. I'm a really big, words of affirmations get me going a lot. So what I started doing last year, like towards the end of the year, is I started writing quotes of the day before I start my work day in my little agenda, like my work planner. And I feel like it's given me so much like motivation. It's kept me like my self-positivity. I got this picture where it's 2 passports and it's like 2 people holding a passport. I want to travel out of the country with him, and not necessarily just us 2, like it doesn't matter how it happens, just as long as we both go together out of this country. And when I first got like my book passport, it was with him, so I think that's why it also holds a lot of meaning to me. He's over there really focused, really focused on what he wants.
Okay, so I've cut 3 things here that I have. I'm obviously gonna put them one at a time, that way, you know, I'm not doing too much at once. However, one of the first things I have is this. It's like a little cap and a graduation thing. And you might be like, why do you have this? Even though you just graduated literally last May. Although I graduated, I do want to be able to go back to school and either do like my master's or something along those lines, maybe like law school, something, one of those 2 things. I'm not too sure what I want to do, but I just want to make sure that I at least, you know, start studying or do what I have to get in those programs. That way I can be ready to go either in the near future or in the next year or 2. And even on that note, like, even if I don't end up doing more school, I want to be able to do like certificates, like whatever jobs I want to end up doing, just doing certificates for that specific job. That way it kind of sets me up for like a good future and a good role and some career. But yeah, other than that, just, you know, want to keep basically school, studious, and keep going from there.
Yeah, also the vision board doesn't have to be just necessarily for like 2025. It can be like something that you want to, like, obviously the way I see it when I'm putting these stuff is not all of this has to happen with this year, but I want to work towards that goal for that the next year or within 2 years I accomplish that goal.
That like makes 100% sense. It's like I said, like if I do end up going to school, it doesn't have to be now, could be in a year or 2, but I definitely this year want to make sure that I kind of have like a plan if I'm going to be doing it or not. But like I say in the middle, good things take time, so it doesn't have to be rushed. And I literally put the lettering in the middle and then this one next to it, and you might be like, what are you doing? I'm just gonna start throwing stuff and trying to make it fit. That way I can see how it comes out at the end rather than kind of making it all like the same, if that makes sense.
The next picture I cut is these hot air balloons. I really want to get on a hot air balloon. Even though I'm terrified of heights, I think that is something that I truly want to experience in my lifetime. And I've been getting lots of TikToks, lots of ads about it, so I'm like, maybe this is my sign that this year I go and like just do it.
And honestly, going on that, the next thing I have, it says be scared and do it anyway.
Oh.
Which is kind of perfect, because it's one of those things where even if you're scared, you should always want to try new things. Like when you're in the moment of something, you might get like nervous, you might get anxious because you're scared on how it's gonna be, but then right when you do it, it's like, it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, damn, I really did that. And it goes back, honestly, one of the things that I could think about last year is when we went to Universal Studios, we got on a roller coaster and she was terrified. She was like super scared, and she was like, right as we were getting on, she was nervous, she was anxious, but once we finished, she said that she had a really good time getting on that roller coaster. So it's one of those things that kind of sticks with you. It's like, don't be afraid to do things, because at the end of the day, like, that's how you experience life, if that makes sense.
The next thing I have, it's a little like words of affirmation. It says, do something today you'll thank your future self for. So it's like, I'm not doing things right now just for my present self, but things that will help me for my future. And I just feel like that's a good like motivational way to think of it. And I'm not gluing anything just yet.
Are you gonna see how it is first and then glue it?
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's what I'm just like trying to just put stuff. That way I can see how it all looks.
I just found the most perfect little pictures I could ever think of, because it is something that we started doing last year towards like September, end of September. And it's something that I want to continue doing. And if you haven't guessed it by now, it's a TikTok logo and a YouTube logo, which means I just want to grow within those two. Not necessarily like just be more comfortable recording, and I feel like the mindset I have is doing it for me, like enjoying the videos, not just doing them forcefully. Not saying that I do them forcefully, but just like a reminder, and it's like something that I really want us to grow in. And they're perfect because it's green and pink, so it's like,
yeah. And it's it goes back to what she said, like it's something that we just started. We literally just said, let's do it. That's literally how the conversation happened. It was kind of funny. We just kind of said, why don't we just try it? And we did. And honestly, we've really enjoyed it. Obviously, the first, couple videos, it was, I feel like the more we do it, the more comfortable we're getting with it. So it's just been it's been super enjoyable. We've obviously, tried to film as much as possible. Like we mentioned at the beginning, we did lack a little bit during the end of December, but we're still gonna continue to make videos for you guys and get as much content out for you guys as possible.
yeah. And remember, we want to hit 100 I noticed that there's some questions in the comments. We haven't necessarily answered them, because remember, we're gonna do a Q&A. So in that Q&A, we're gonna answer those questions.
Just make sure you guys continue to comment down below whatever questions that you guys might have for us. Literally, it could be anything. We did have a couple, like she mentioned. So obviously, once we do hit that 100 subscriber goal, we will go ahead and do a Q&A for you guys. That way, we can answer all the questions that you guys might have for us.
I am putting a picture that says sold, home sold, with some keys. Does that mean that I'm selling my house?
I literally have kind of something similar. I'll let you explain yours.
Is that something, am I selling my house, or do I want a house? And if you guessed it right, it's I would want a house. If not by this year, I would say by 2 years. But that's what I mean, is like start building up my money, start investing my money in places. So I felt like it was perfect. I've been saying it since last year that I really want to get a house. So we're gonna manifest it, because if you manifest things, you'll achieve your goals.
Yeah, that's so funny that she has that, because I have something similar. It's basically just a house, but same thing. I definitely want to get a house in the future, just because that's something that I've always looked forward to. owning my own house and, you know, being able to live like at a house pretty much. So like she mentioned, just start, you know, saving money or doing research, whatever it may be, because obviously that's a purchase that you just don't do like in a week. It's something that you kind of have to build upon and kind of really research what you're looking for, look at different houses, understand how the market works, and do all that type of stuff. So like she mentioned, it doesn't have to be now, but obviously, you know, going little by little this whole year and just kind of getting more involved in how all that stuff works. Hopefully, you know, achieve that goal.
I found this picture, and it's honestly a picture of them playing tennis, but I'm gonna tweak it because it's my vision board, not their vision board. I'm gonna put it as pickleball. We started playing pickleball last year. I love it. It's a sport that makes me get really angry, but because it takes out my competitive side. Like before, I used to not care, but the more I started playing, the more I was like, oh my god, like if we don't win, like I'm gonna lose my mind type stuff. For Christmas, we got new paddle boards because his cousin gave us new paddle boards, and you can tell the difference. If you've been saying like, is there even a difference? Yes, there is.
There's a huge difference between like the cheaper ones and the higher end ones, and when we were playing, we noticed the difference like immediately, like even the way the ball hits and just everything. But yes, we have started playing that. We've included it in some of the earlier videos, but definitely a sport that we really enjoy playing. The next thing that I am adding is pretty much they're just chilling by the chimney. They got like their little feet, as you can see, and that's just a reminder. You know, we are doing this vision board, and a lot of the things is like going out and like doing stuff, doing adventures, but I feel like when you're doing all this stuff, it's also important that you take some time to kind of relax and just kind of have time for yourself and just, you know, make sure that your mental health is good, because without it, you're not gonna be able to do any of the other things.
I found a picture where it's concerts, and last year we were very blessed to go to lots of concerts. We went to Bad Bunny, we went to Lil Nas, we went to Fuerza Regida, we saw him twice, we saw Peso Pluma.
We saw Junior H too.
We saw Junior H. We went to a rave where there's like a lot of more like DJs and music artists. The Chainsmokers, so on and so on and so on. And being at those concerts make me feel so happy. So like it makes my soul feel so at peace. Like, so I just want to continue giving my body, like myself, all the energy that, I don't know how to explain it, but just cut the camera.
We should watch a little more concerts. Maybe not Bad Bunny though, because...
Guys!
What'd you guys think of the new album?
Yeah, but he's saying that because the last time we went, we spent a whole freaking leg on there to go there. Not like really, right? But it's the most I paid for a concert, and I don't think I would pay that much to go see anyone else. I'm a big Bad Bunny person. Like, I'm a fan for him. We paid like almost $900.
And honestly,
and it wasn't even front row.
And honestly, what I was telling her is like, that's a lot of money. Because what I was telling you, when we went to Fuerza Regida, I honestly thought that concert was way better, and it wasn't even like a fraction. Like, it was so small, the price compared to that from both of those concerts. And we were closer at the Fuerza Regida concert. And I thought that one was better, but like she said, she's a huge fan of Bad Bunny, so obviously she's gonna be a little biased and say that one was better, but I do not agree.
I will say though, Fuerza Regida and Bad Bunny are one of my top artists, so it was a good concert, but I don't know. In my head, money comes and goes, so everything will come back to me one way or another.
Funny enough, everything that she just said goes to one that I just put, which says invest, and it's basically putting a little coin in like a little jar, and you might be like, invest in what? Literally, that is a coin, and obviously it's saying invest in money and your finances, but literally you can invest in every other aspect of your life, your mental health, your body, so your sleep. So basically just everything, investing in myself and just making sure that I'm able to be a better person than how I started the year, whether that's financially, whether that's me personally, and just in every aspect, just make sure you invest in yourself. At the end of the day, you're the one that's gonna, you know, make yourself be a better person. Even how she mentioned we made the goal of reading a book, that's more ways of investing in yourself, you know, making sure that you're getting that knowledge. Even if it doesn't even have to be like some crazy book. I know some people be reading like freaking books this big.
Novels.
Literally, yeah, it's crazy. You don't even have to do that. Just start somewhere, and from there you could just start building up as the year goes by. That's the whole point of, you know, making these whole vision boards is so that you can have goals, so that you can reflect on and see how you started and how you ended.
And that's on period. Go pop off.
The one that I have next says, stop waiting for Friday, and then it has like, for summer, for someone to fall in love with you, for life. Basically, stop waiting for something to happen and just make it happen. But I think the first part of the sentence is like the one that hits the hardest, is stop waiting for Friday, because I know so many people, like today's Monday for example, and I know so many people that were like, oh my god, like it's Monday, like I can't wait for it to be Friday. It's one of those things where it's like, why are you waiting for Friday? What is Friday different than today? Like, at the end of the day, you still have that same time for each day, but by waiting for Friday, you literally just threw away 4 other days that could have been used to accomplish something bigger. Does that make sense?
Mr. Preach over here.
It's because it makes sense.
He's spilling some bars.
So yeah, stop waiting for things to happen and just make it happen is the best thing that I could tell you guys right now.
Honestly, it is true though. That's the mindset he's always had. Because I'll be like, oh, it's barely Monday, or oh my god, it's Tuesday, and I felt like it was, I don't know, Thursday. And he's like, Anne, like, make it worth it. And I'm like, bro, you are so right. I need to listen to you.
It's because it makes sense. I mean, so many people just kind of dwell on what the day is, and they kind of don't enjoy the moment because they're waiting for a specific moment, if that makes sense. But if you don't help yourself get to that moment, it's never gonna happen. And honestly, it goes back to even making these vision boards. It's like, yes, we are doing the new year, new me thing, but why wait for the new year when you could literally start in a random day in June? Or literally the day before New Year's happens, you could start that goal that you've been wanting to do your whole life.
Yeah. I am starting to glue because everything's starting to fly out of like my spot.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that she hasn't started gluing things, because if mine wasn't glued, it'd probably be a mess. And honestly, it's looking decent, I guess. Hers is probably looking better. I do need to start working on this side because everything's on this side, even though I started on this side, which makes it funnier. So we're just gonna start adding things, see what else we can find. So you guys know me, I'd be doing my daily cleanup on the table. Every time literally we make videos, it's a mess, and somehow I end up cleaning it, which is so funny because you mentioned that on the other video, huh?
I think so.
On one of the videos she mentioned how I'm always just like starting to do stuff and clean. Damn, you're just looking real good. Hers is literally looking perfect. It looks like the magazine. I'm adding a little dog, a little puppy.
I want a puppy!
Just because literally that's how I feel. Like, I want to have my own dog. My sister has 2 dogs and my brother has a dog. So it's funny whenever we go like with her family, they're like, oh, when are you getting a dog? Oh, when are you getting a dog? But it goes back to one of those things where I'm waiting till I can hopefully get my own house and just be able to live there. That way I can have my own dog, because...
Wait, where did you see the dog picture?
Right here, look, it's the same one. Right here. You can have the parrot.
No. The picture I'm adding, it's snowboarding, or like they're going skiing, and that's something I want to try. I'm scared, again, I'm scared, but I'm not going to achieve anything if I live out of fear.
You got a point.
So, in this, like when it's cold, I want to go and experience this.
It's also interesting because I know some places do where they have like fake snow. Obviously some of it's snow, but then they add like extra, so that you could do that.
Oh, wow.
I know there's some places here in Arizona that do it as well, so it'd be interesting to see if we could find a place and then go do that and then experience that.
Alright, I am almost finished. I'm just filling in like the little spaces there is, but it's getting really hard and I don't want to just leave the pink spaces there. So we are gonna see how this comes out.
I honestly think hers looks good. I don't know what she's talking about. And then honestly, well, I guess you guys will see it all, but this is how it looks from far, mine. And there's still those weird gaps there in the space. Hers looks good though, and it also helps that she's using a lot of pink stuff, so it makes the like bigger gaps not really look like they're there.
And we are done.
We are finally done, as you can see. This is how mine's looking. I literally forgot to fill in the little spaces where hers is literally more professionally done. She literally put everything pinpoint accuracy so that it looks good and there's no missing holes.
So just really quick on what I added. I added this place where it shows where it's a place in Japan, because I eventually would love to visit Japan. And then I added the number is 25. I honestly was already gonna add them, but it worked out perfectly because there was a little gap, and to fill it in I added 25 because we're in 2025. So just to show like where I'm at. And then here it says, don't give up on the person you are becoming, courage above fear. So kind of like what his said, but just to like motivate myself that it's okay. And then I put an A with a flower because my name starts with an A, and flowers, I love flowers. Then up here I just put like, it's a group of friends cheering, and I added it because I want to like create memories with my friends, but also cheer, like celebrate every accomplishment with like him, my friends, and just with ourselves, just cheering our memories away. And then there's a picture of two girls swimming. I love being a mermaid, so that's why I added it. And then I added this picture here. I added this picture where it's biking, and I really want to start biking, whether it's cycling or whatever it may be. But it just goes back to like doing different types of activities to get my body active.
Yeah, so mine literally, I think I only added like 3 extra things. There's like this one where it's the gym. I just want to be able to be more active at the gym. Pretty simple. I mean, I used to go to the gym pretty often and I haven't really been able to go as much as I want to. And I've literally been saying for the longest time that I'm going to start going. So just starting with that and, you know, just being consistent with it. Now, the other 2 pictures that I think that were not included was the one with the plane, and then this one where it's like a different place. So obviously I want to travel a lot more in this year, but I don't just want to travel here in the US. Like I want to go see other countries or whatever it may be, just different sightseeing that I'm used to from what I like to see here, if that makes sense. I only gone out of the country like once maybe?
Twice if you
Twice if you consider Mexico, but I mean I could literally just walk there, if that makes sense. So just going to different countries, something I definitely want to do. But once again, these are our vision boards. I hope you guys that you like this whole video, and I hope that you can do your own vision board. That way when the year ends, you can reflect and see, you know, how many of the things on here you really did get to do by the end of the year.
With that being said, that concludes the end of this video. Leave a comment as to which of our goals you enjoyed the most or found interesting, and then we'll add a picture here of the like final versions. That way you can see how they look more up close, because I feel like in video you can't really see it. And then yeah, leave a comment, follow us. We're 81 subscribers. We didn't hit our 100 subscriber mark, but that's because we kind of lagged on our end. And
literally there was like still a week and a half left when we like kind of were not able to be consistent with the videos. I think we would have gotten pretty close. If not, we would have hit the mark. But like she mentioned, make sure you guys comment more questions and comment what you guys think of our vision boards, and let us know if you've tried it before. Yes. Without further ado, you know the drill. It's coming up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.